Hello, I'm going to talk to you now about my impression of the new Transformers film, Dark Side of the Moon. Now, working in the cinema, I got to watch it before the rest of the public, although probably not as early as the US, but still. So I do, and helping with that, the fact is I did film at uni. Not that that makes me elitist or anything, but I look at films and I can see the merits in even the worst ones. Um, and I'll admit it, I'm a fanboy of Transformers. I like the original series, or when the reruns came out, and the original '86 movie I really liked. I still watch that occasionally. Um, and when, of course, the first Transformers CGI film came out, I was so into it, really into it. It's a really good initial film. And then you went on to Revenge of the Fallen. Again, I liked it. A lot of people trashed it. Even Michael Bay said that there are a lot of things they could have done better. So obviously, hope to rectify this with the third and final one of this particular series. Um, Again, this one is meant to be based around the lunar landings in the 70s, and how there were Transformers embedded within the on the moon's surface, and this has all been a huge cover-up of which to be discovered now in the 2010s, and you've got, of course, characters coming back like Sam, and you've got Optimus and all the Autobots, obviously. So it is a continuation of the previous two films, but it's kind of left a lot of the stuff behind. Of course, they had a new casting for the Megan Fox character. Very nice, very nice, very nice choice. But ultimately, it's an action film, and it's a lot of style over substance. I enjoyed the action sequences. Yes, to a point, they're very jolty, as in the editing is so fast that you can't see all the detail that you should. But when I was making up the 35mm print of it, I stopped and had a look at the individual cells. It's like, oh, it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. But watching on the digital, the 3D, really, really good. I say, you're not going, it's a popcorn film. You're going there to get explosions. You're going to get action. When I left the preview at the end, you had people going, oh, that was a pile of crap. It's like, oh my god. And yet they came and watched it, and they watched the previous two, and they said, oh, I know it's going to be crap, but I'll watch it anyway. It's like, what kind of logic is that? It's a bit hypocritical, but I think maybe they secretly do like it. But they slag off Michael Bay a lot, but his previous films I've quite liked. Again, you got The Bad Boys, The Island, Armageddon, Pearl Harbor. Some of them are a bit overly long and over the top, but again, you can't blame the director for everything, because the studios have involvement. They obviously want to get as big an audience as possible. So obviously they're going to try and do everything that's applicable to a mass audience, and it's quite a lot. When it's at Dark of the Moon, it is quite a bit darker. I mean, you have got the Transformers actually killing lots of civilians in this one, and it teeters the line. And then you have like these. With the second one, you had a bit of racism with those two robots with distinguishable African American accents, and this one you've got two very much British accents, two robots, and they're a bit rude and use some odd expletives in a 12A, and you just wonder what was the point in that. And another criticism would be there being blackouts about halfway through the film, because you've got initially the build up towards them trying to prevent the Transformers invading Earth, but then it happens and then you get blackouts. So you think, because I was watching a digital copy, I was like, what's going on? Is this the hard drive playing up or anything? Is this the files corrupted? But no, it's actually meant to be there. So it's literally jumped the film's already like 2.5 hours long, and they decide, oh, I can't be asked to fill in the gaps. You fill in the gaps. We'll get back into it, and it's just odd, and it just seems a bit unprofessional, and it didn't work for me. it just takes you out of the film a bit. But while I was initially watching the whole film, I was engrossed in it. And it's only when the curtains and the lights come up you start nitpicking and you start finding all the flaws and stuff. So I wasn't hyperly critical of it. I still liked it. You know, they definitely can't do another one after this, so they'll have to reboot it like they're doing with a lot of the comic book franchises and stuff. But ultimately, I liked it. It's got a 7.5, I think, on IMDb, so a lot of people did enjoy it. So there you are. That's my 2 cents on that film. Right, I'll speak.